Downtown Baltimore and Oriole Park on a Friday night tonight. David Hess gets the ball for the Orioles in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Yeah, Matt, his last start wasn't a particularly good one. Lasted 5 innings and ended up taking the loss. He's a much better pitcher than that, and I think he's looking to at least, hopefully, pitch into the 6th or 7th inning in this one.
But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out. And here's the starting lineup for the visiting Tampa Bay Rays. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, Matt, I think the guy to watch is Matt Duffy, the Duff Man. He's coming off a month where he had 30 runs batted in. That's 1 RBI a game. You always hear them say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, I think that applies to driving in runs, too.
And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Guys, the Orioles, as they begin play here tonight, it was another loss for them last time out, and that makes them 2-8 over their last 10 games.
Yeah, Matty, this definitely looks like a situation where somebody's going to have to call a team meeting. I don't know if it comes from a veteran or the manager decides to close the doors for a second, but this team has not played well. They find themselves losing lately. They lost the last game, and they're going to need a spark to get this thing turned around.
He's set. Here it comes. Driven nicely into the gap. Now this will rattle up against the wall. Duffy blows through the stop sign, headed for home. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
With that hard double, you get a glimpse to see why this guy is a legitimate MVP candidate this season. Whenever he gets a chance to produce, he seems like he takes advantage of it. Great example there.
Here now it's Mike Zunino as he hits one on a line to left field. And that's in there. Base hit. And the run is in to score from second. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Well, Dero, you know, they say records are made to be broken, and what a monster year this guy's had.
Yeah, there it is, Dan. Most RBIs in one season. I can't begin to tell you as a former offensive player what that means. You want to put biscuits in the basket, runs scored in ribbies, and this guy's the best in the business right now.
From the stretch. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1.
Well, I think he's got to find a way out of this jam and limit the damage. If he's unable to do that, this game could get away from him.
The 0-1 shot toward right center. And that's into the gap and should be extra bases. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
Sometimes you get off on the wrong foot, and it's hard to get back on the right one. That's the 4th hit he's given up here already in the early going. He's got to find a way to string some outs together, or he's going to be in some deep trouble.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Daniel Robertson, and he's the right man for the job with runners in scoring position as he ranks 5th in the AL in RBIs entering play.
And 4 of those RBIs came in yesterday's contest. He had himself a great game.
Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. And the second run will score. It's now a 4-0 game. And he's in there with a 2-run triple.
Yeah, everyone knows this guy's been having a great year at the plate, but he's not exactly a gazelle on the bases. But he turns on the jets here and makes it all the way to third. He might need an oxygen tank, but hey, he made it.
Into the box now, Willie Adames.
As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory.
At batting average up in the stratosphere here to begin play. 34 home runs and just an absurd total of RBIs for a single season. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Skied into straightaway right. Stewart is after it. He gets there to make the catch, but this should bring home a run as the runner tags from third. And they'll extend their lead even further as the runs in to score from third. Now a 5-0 lead.
Usually when you score a lot of runs in one inning, like this inning, you're doing a lot of things right. And how about this? A sac fly to drive in another run. They have to be happy with this.
Striding in, Kevin Kiermaier. First at bat for him as he enters play third in the American League batting race.
This season really shouldn't come as a surprise.
And it's belted high and deep into right center. But that'll be off the wall in right center. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Well, this doesn't have the makings of a start he's going to be proud of, does it? He's getting absolutely pounded here in the first inning. And I would think they're not going to let this go on for much longer.
Ji-Man Choi the next to hit. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. And this one is gone. A home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Home run number 54 thus far as this lead swells to 7-0.
I know he's a confident pitcher, but there's a difference between being confident and downright foolish. He just offered one of the most dangerous hitters in the lineup a straight heater, and it cost him big time.
Tanner Scott comes on to work much earlier than anticipated, obviously, as he'll try and right the ship in the very first inning. And that'll bring up Joey Wendell as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Scott is at least partially known for his big power slider. A lot of break on that pitch, but what makes it unique is how hard he's able to throw it. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Mullins moves over. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. The final damage here, 10 come to the plate, 7 runs score. Yonny Chirinos will be on the mound for the series opener. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Matty B, we're getting a chance to look at a hot pitcher right here. His last 3 starts, all 3 he's picked up wins. And if he can continue that, he should be on his way to winning his 4th in a row. It'll be fun to watch him work in this one here today.
Dan D-Row, we take a look at the Rays entering play here tonight. All you can really say is they've been on one heck of a run.
Matty, this is the best team in baseball right now. I mean, just a double-digit winning streak that, I mean, maybe happens to 2 or 3 teams a year. You get this high. This team is rocking in all facets right now, and they're a fun watch.
Now a moment here in Baltimore for the Orioles starting lineup. D-Row, what do you got on this lineup in the series opener?
Matty, this lineup finds himself in a hole right now. Down a bunch of runs. This is where you find out about your lineup, though, that pass the baton mentality. Can't try and get it all back at once. Have good at bats, follow the game plan you guys worked on, and stay in the zone.
Little chopper back to the mound. And there are 2 away now. In now for the O's, Jonathan Villar. And for him, you have to think a turnaround is coming. Clearly not going his way of late. Popped up. Duffy in foul ground, and this is going to wind up a foul ball. Fouled off. VR is a guy that has a lot of speed, no doubt about that. And while that's certainly a weapon for him offensively, it could be argued that it benefits. And the shortstop is under it to make the play, retiring the side. At the plate, Matt Duffy. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead.
Duffy.
Here comes the first pitch. In the air, out to right. Stewart is over a few steps toward the line, and he has it for the first out.
Okay, here's how the Birds line up today on defense. And I want to talk about shortstop Alcides Escobar. This guy's a premium defender. He's been that way his whole career. A former World Series champion. The ability to go up the middle and to the backhand with a strong arm.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
Snuck that high hard one by him without a swing, but that's a pitch and location he can do a lot of damage with. Got to be careful doing that.
Lifted into center field. Mullins moves over, and that's the second out of the inning.
Up next for Tampa Bay.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Mike Zunino, looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat. Pitch on its way now to Zunino. Oh, and this is hit high and deep out to left. And it's gone as they add still another. It's a solo homer here for Mike Zunino. So he just continues to club the baseball at an alarming rate as they've widened this lead to 8 now.
Here in Baltimore, you see a lot of guys get robbed because the outfield wall is only 7 feet high, but he had just enough to get it out of here, much to the outfielder's dismay.
The right fielder, number 7, Eric Thames.
Stepping in now, Eric Thames. Line toward the alley in left center. Mancini is there, and it's a very quick inning as the side is retired.